Hello and welcome to Maths by SAS. This is my 13th lesson of D4 chapter number 1 exercise 1A, that is about the linear inequalities in two variables. Okay, in this class I will be discussing intermediate level question number 2. Question 2 says, in each of the following cases write down the inequalities which define unshaded region. In each of the following cases, write down the inequalities which define the unshaded region. Okay, in this question, the requirement of the question is that we are given with different graphs drawn and the equations of lines are given, and we have to write down the inequalities which define the unshaded region. Okay, now I always ask it to my students to identify that if there are some horizontal lines, vertical lines, then in the question, then begin your solution with the horizontal and vertical lines and recall that equation of y-axis is x equals to 0, and equation of x-axis is y equals to 0. These are the points that have to be really clear before moving to this question. And in this question we have to define and write the inequalities which define the unshaded region. Okay, let's move to the first part of the question, and if we look at the graph given, we can see that there are four equations given in the question. One is y is equal to 3, the second one is the non-vertical line which is x plus y equals to 4, and then is x equals to 0 which is the equation of y-axis, and y is equal to 0 which is the equation of x-axis. Now if we look at y is equal to 3, we can see the unshaded region is below this line. Unshaded region is below this line. So we have to write down the inequality which is associated or which defines this unshaded region. So one of the inequality will be y is less than equal to 3. Y is less than equal to 3. Moving to the second line, which is x plus y equals to 4. Again, if we look at x plus y equals to 4, we can see the shaded region is above this line and unshaded is below the line. Unshaded region is below the line. So the inequality which will be associated with this line will be x plus y is less than equal to 4, y less than equal to 4, because the unshaded region is below this line. The second inequality which will define the unshaded region is x plus y is less than equal to 4. Coming to y equals to 0, we can see that the graph is shaded below this line and the unshaded region is above this line. Unshaded region is, we require the values of x which are values of y which are more than 0. So what we have to do is that recall that what inequality will be associated with this, that will be y greater than equal to 0. Y greater than equal to 0. Coming to the last equation which is given in the question, that is x equals to 0. If we look at the diagram, we can see that the shading is towards the left of y-axis to the required region, which is the unshaded region for which we have to write down the inequality, is towards the right. So what we can see is that inequality which will be associated with x equals to 0 will be x greater than equal to 0. I hope you are clear about this part, and let's move to the second part. And again, if we look at the graph which is given in the question, we have how many lines? 1, 2, 3, and 4 lines given in the question. Okay, and first of all look at the diagram carefully and see if there is any horizontal or vertical line given in the question. Then we will be starting with that line. Okay, if we look at this line, this is x equals to 3. This is the vertical line given in the question. And if we look at the graph carefully, I have to go slow because this is really one of the important concepts, and some of my students find difficulty in understanding the concept. For x equals to 3, the shading is towards the right of this line, and the unshaded region is towards left of this line. Left of this line, unshaded region, the required region is towards the left of the line. So what do you think, which values we will be needing? We actually need the values of x which are less than 3. So for x equals to 3, the inequality that will be defining this unshaded region will be x less than equal to 3. Coming to, okay, I have discussed this line. Now coming to the line which is 2y equals to x. Again, one important point, that for this equation the line is drawn in broken form. It's not the perfect line drawn. Secondly, look at the graph carefully, that the shading is below this line. Shading is below this line, or unshaded area is above this line. So the inequality that will be associated with 2y equals to x will be, the region that we need is actually 2y is greater than x. Then coming to the third line, which is 3x plus 2y equals to 6. 3x plus 2y equals to 6. This is the equation of line for 3x plus 2y equals to 6. If we look at the shading is below this line. Shading is below this line, or unshaded area, unshaded region is above this line. So the inequality that will be associated with this, shading is below this line. Okay, so the inequality that will be associated with this equation will be 3x plus 2y is greater than equal to 6, because the question says that we have to write down the inequalities which define unshaded region, and coming to the last one, that is 3y equals to x plus 9. Again, shading is above this line. Okay, look at the graph carefully, that the shading is above this line, so and the required unshaded region is below the line. It means we need the values of y which are less than this. So inequality that will be associated with this equation will be 3y is less than equal to x plus 9. Very easy questions. You should just have the observational skill strong, then the question will be easy for you. Moving to C part, and first of all look at the graph carefully. That C part again has how many equations given with us? One of the equation is 2y equals to x plus 4. The second is x equals to 4, and the third one is 4y equals to x, and the last one is 4x plus y equals to 4. Keeping in mind that the question says that we have to write down the inequalities which define unshaded region. Now if we begin with vertical line x equals to 4, okay, then focus your attention that for x equals to 4, the region which is towards the right of this line, region towards the right side of this line, that is the shaded region. Okay, and unshaded region is below this line. Unshaded region is below this line. So it means that the inequality that will be associated with this equation will be x less than equal to 4. Okay, but we are not going to write equal to because this is the broken line. So the inequality will be x less than 4. Coming to the second line, which is 4y equals to x. Now again look, shading is below this line, shaded area is below this line, and we need to write down the inequality which defines the unshaded region. So it means I need the region which is above this line. So the inequality will be associated will be 4y is greater than equal to x. Moving to the third line, that is 4x plus y equals to 4. Again, look here, the shading is below this line, shading is below this line. The unshaded region is above the line, unshaded region is above the line. So what we have to do is the inequality that will be associated with this will be 4x plus y is greater than equal to 4, greater than equal to 4. Moving to the fourth and the last equation which is given in the question, 2y equals to x plus 4. Now again look at the diagram carefully, that the shading is above this line and the required region is below the line. So the inequality that will be associated with this equation will be 2y is less than equal to x plus 4. Coming to the last part, first of all, identify and find it out whether there is some horizontal, vertical or vertical line given in the question. We are not given with any horizontal or vertical line. All three lines are the non-vertical lines. So let's choose any one of the equations. Suppose we are beginning with 2y equals to x. 2y equals to x. Observe the graph carefully that shading is below this line. Shading is below this line. So the region and the inequality that will be associated with this inequality will be 2y is greater than, let me confirm whether we are given with a dotted line. Yes, this is the dotted line given, this is dotted line given. So I have to be careful because I just have to mark 2y is greater than x. 2y is greater than x. Coming to the second line, that is 2x plus y equals to 4. 2x plus y equals to 4. Again observe the shading is above this line. Shading is above this line. So the inequality that will define the unshaded region is 2x plus y is less than equal to 4. And coming to the third equation, that is y equals to 2x plus 2. Again look at the diagram, the shading is above this line, shading is above this line. So the inequality that will be we will be writing for unshaded region will be y is less than equal to 2x plus 2. I hope you are clear about today's class. For next difficulty level, please watch and understand this lesson properly. Please watch my lessons, like, share and subscribe the channel and press bell icon to get the notification of every lesson in time. Thank you very much.